Once again, I want to make this really clear. Parasite Die-Off Part 1 and 2, it's easier to get to at Sovereign Hippie Warrior. I recommend that for anyone who still thinks that they need a binder. What I've been exposing underneath this video, there's a series going. Binders are what I've been exposing. They convinced you guys that you need binders. You didn't need them, and it's because of their synthetic drugs. And more of this is going to be shown in Why You Should Not Take the Horse Paste Part 8, I believe it is. You're going to see a lot more evidence of this. You're going to see what these synthetic, well, you've already seen what the synthetic drugs have been doing, especially if you've just caught my ivermectin series alone, right? But seriously, they sent their minions out to the 3-letter agencies and everything to start this binder trend. Why? Why did they do that? Because they knew that their reverse psychology on the horse paste worked on a lot of you guys. And everybody and their mama went and bought it. So what did that bring? That brought a whole host of other problems. So they wanted to cover up those problems and call it something. So they started saying that you needed a binder. But all these binders are what I've been exposing. See, they all have something in them. Another reason they convinced you needed binders. They wanted you to get these things inside your body. So once again, you've got ropeworms as an example. This was never a thing. Okay, it's detached intestinal lining. Like I said, a whole host of other problems came from these things. We still have patriots and truthers trying to buy this stuff. But this is why they convinced you that you needed binders, to explain away all of the die-off symptoms that you should not have had. So once again, I recommend my die-off series Part 1 and 2. This is actually from last year. I was right on track. Another great series to watch is Toxins, Binders, and Bile, and that is in this account with titles. Gotta scroll. As soon as I have more time, that I will dedicate to this, that's just not priority right now, is, I'm slowly adding series to the top of my profile, where you can search the series up there and just click, but it's just not a top priority right now, so it's going to take a while. But once again, okay, these drugs and stuff, they don't have antioxidants. Synthetic things can't have antioxidants, so this contributes to the die-off. And a lot of people were taking binders that they thought were natural. This is what I've been exposing. So once again, you can't have antioxidants with synthetic things, and this is what you need for die-off. I also recommend my Parasite Expel Duo series, which is now called the Way Better Than Ivermectin Duo. But that'll explain more on the die-off and why just in the duo alone, all binders are taken care of. It goes into a little more depth on that. Once again, your herbs are binders, your fruits are binders, your food is binders, okay? We have a synthetic problem. We don't have a die-off problem. We have a synthetic problem. Cheers. Other than that, you get slight die-off symptoms, suck it up and take it like a champ. Work on your immune system. Don't go backwards and go to the synthetic, because it completely defeats the purpose. Never should it have been so bad that we've got to run to binders, right? Sometimes our body is reversing course. We just need to give it a day or two. Sometimes something's getting crap out of your head, right? Natural does not mix well with synthetic. And that's a good thing, because we want to get off the synthetics. So you remember in 2020 when they started making up all these things as excuses for why kids were getting heart attacks and stuff? Okay, so they did the same thing with the binder stuff. They just make stuff up to excuse away other things. Of course, this was on a really grand scale. I mean, you wake up one day and all of a sudden you have to have binders with stuff. That was never a thing. Activated charcoal was never a thing. Bentonite, zeolite were never a thing. Shilajit was never a thing. You wake up one day and they're all a thing.